Rekha Ashok from Alcatel-Lucent. She has 8 years of experience in technical writing and she'll be dealing with the topic knowing your customer. Yes. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rekha Ashok from Alcatel-Lucent. So the topic for discussion here is knowing your customer. So we all will agree that customer is the sole reason for our organizations to exist. How do we tag this reality to writing? So our answer will be customer-focused documentation. In order to focus on the customer, we should be knowing more about the customer. So here the idea is to know your customer through some simple and straight modes by applying some diverse thinking and also try to implement them in our habitual responsibilities. Let's take a look at the agenda of today's discussion. We are trying to be familiar with the customer through some simple modes. We are also looking at how we can listen to them and act accordingly to know them better, how observing certain aspects will help us to come up with more customer-specific goals, and also how do we apply all these thoughts in our regular day-to-day work. So moving on to the first segment, know. So as writers, we all have a general interest and responsibility to know who is the reader for our document is. And what is the general and easy practice to do that? We refer? Anyone? What do we refer first to know who is the reader for our document? Right? Our intended audience section maybe? Section in the document? Yeah, so this familiar statement which says this document can be used by personnel such as planning, design, maintenance, integration, installation, etc. make us conveniently conclude that we know for whom we are writing for. But this easy practice is not necessarily the best practice to follow. Why not attempt to know beyond this by asking queries like, how different is the job profile of this listed audience? How is a single document catering to their needs? How can we meet their requirements in a single document? Or are we simply just pointing out the list of audience and not restricting them as per the relevance? So answers to these queries will clear the path and structuring and content of the document. So in short, there should be a sync between intended audience section and the content of the document. So for example, if the intended audience of your document is from sales team or marketing team or from a region, we can assume the job profile of the user and we know the kind of details we should be providing in that document. It will be more like what is the exact business benefit the customer is going to get out of that release, or what exactly is the new enhancement in that release. How can the customer order for that feature, etc. On the other hand, if we are talking about a job aid where intended audience is an integration person who does auditing at customer deployment site, we know the kind of technical accuracy that we need to maintain in terms of information like parameters, ports, etc. So during the exercise of knowing intended audience more, you may surprisingly find that the intended audience section in your document is the first and foremost section that needs to be modified or edited to make the entire rest of the content sensible for the customer. So in order to know the customer's job profile more, or in order to get answers for these queries, we can get into the next level of investigation, that is profile. Which profile are we talking about here? Customer profile, product profile, customer's job profile? What is the direct connection of a company profile with the customer? We may not find a direct connection here, but this is an apt place for us to start with. And where do we get information for this? It's pretty easy to find information about your company profile through intranets, internal discussions from R&D or through project management. And what is the best help that you can take here? Self-help is the best help to know about your product profile and company profile. So what are the general queries that comes in your mind when we talk about company profile? What is the profile of my organization? Who is the general customers and competitors of my organization? What are the services and products offered by my organization? After finding answers to that, if we go to the next level of investigation, that is knowing more about your product, we'll be having queries like, where does my own product stand in the outline of company's profile? And which are the other similar products or services offered by my organization? Who are the customers and competitors of my product? What is the roadmap of my product? What are the customer documentation supported by my product, etc. When we try to find answers to all these queries, it will give us a fair understanding about your project and your domain. Moving on to the customer's job profile category, you should be having an insight on the kind of role the document is playing in customer's day-to-day job. For example, let's take an example of a job aid. We should have a fundamental understanding about the task that an end user is carrying out in a scenario like deployment at customer site. So having this insight will help us to think from their perspective and do more justice to the job and add more value to the job. And there is one team in our organization who can help us to know more about customer's job profile. Which is that team? Customer-facing team. We all have a customer-facing team in our organization. Identify the customer-facing team of your project and try to understand how they are using our document. Here, one of the advantages that we can keep aside the overhead of decorum to be maintained while communicating with them in comparison with the actual customer. Because customer-facing team is one among us, we can reach out to them informally and start the communication. Try to understand how they are using our document. So serving customer-facing team is as good as serving your customer. In that case, we should check whether our documents are meeting their requirements or not. If not, what are the improvement areas that we can consider? Here, one thing that we need to be very cautious is that this customer-facing team can be very much specific to one of the customer also. In that case, the doc improvements, what they are suggesting, can be applicable only for one customer, and it will be impacting the other customers in a negative manner. So we should be careful while taking their improvement suggestions so that all the customers are in a way neutrally impacted, or it is generally applicable for all the customers. Also, another thing that we can take care here is, or interesting thing to know is, how customer-facing team is customizing the documents. A single job aid provided by us can act as a base for many customer-facing teams to come up with their own documents, customer-specific documents. So that's the role customer-facing team is playing in our organization, and if we interact with them closely, we'll get to know more about their job profile and in turn our customers' job profile. So starting from intended audience, exploring the profiles, and reaching out to the customer-facing team give us a fair understanding about your customer and their job profile. Moving on to the next segment, this is listen to act. So listen to the customer to know them better. And what are the means? We have to reach out to them to listen to them and understand them. So here we have a very clear objective. How we are implementing that is the question here. So encourage the customer to criticize your documentation by making the process of complaining simple. How do we do that? By adapting to any simple and user-friendly communication medium. For example, most of us will have a how to comment section in our document. How many of us are actually getting the customer's feedback through that interface? If not, why? So maybe the user interface is not user-friendly, or it is not simple for them to provide us comments. So in our organization, the tools team is already working on improvising this user interface in such a way that the customer need not enter all the document details while providing comments. So when they click on the how to comment link from the document, the online form will automatically populate the document details like document ID, issue number, publisher's ID, etc. And the interface also searches for the publisher's ID in the corporate directory, and if not found, the comment will be diverted to the primary contact of the project. So this is just an example. So like this, if we can find out what are the flaws associated with the user interface which we are using, we can work with our tools team or admin team to improvise that interface. And then once the user-friendly interface is in place, we can ask our customers to actively use it. Our duty to ensure that there is an active usage of this channel to receive customer feedback. So here one more element that is of very important entity is right attitude. This is something which we cannot measure or which cannot prove, but this plays a very major role. So listening to the customer with the right attitude, giving them undivided attention, listening to them attentively, and also getting back to them on time, appreciating their feedback, realizing that customer feedback is unavoidable, and also provide them, let them know what you have done and always record it somewhere. So repeating the customer interaction without any frustration and prejudgments is very important. So after listening to the customer with right attitude, what is the next possible step that we can take? That is addressing the gap or minding the gap. So here what we do is we need to derive vital action item as outcome of every customer interaction. We should be able to identify the gaps in the areas where it needs to be fixed after interacting with the customer. We need to ensure active involvement of the project management in all decision makings. And it is highly recommended that we track the customer feedback in a very formal manner using customer requests, modification requests, etc. We need to take exact corrective and preventive action based on the feedback what we have received. And also we should be able to move we should be able to see where exactly the customer expectation is moving, and in that direction we should be able to fix more gaps that needs to be fix more the issues that needs to be fixed. So along with that, one more thing what we need to take care is how gracefully are we recovering from the mistakes that is pointed out by the customer. So an absolute acknowledgement of the defect is a must, and provide them a solution that satisfies the client, and along with that also suggest a bonus service that is beyond their expectation. So customer would have noticed a specific error in one of the section, so going ahead and checking for that instance throughout the document is something that we do beyond their expectation to show how much we care for the customer. So along with addressing the gap, one more item here that we need to consider is helping out the customer. Help them to know our system and help them to know